Recently, I've been giving a lot of thought to my future as an entrepreneur and in business in general. Over this last year, I quit my 9 to 5. I got my e-commerce business to a consistent level where there's a consistent income month on month and it's profitable. I've grown my YouTube, to a decent amount, over 2,000 subscribers. But I began to look a bit more to the future and think, where do I see myself in 5, 10 years? Where do I want to be, and what kind of things do I want to accomplish at that point? And that's when it hit me. And I realized something. In business and in entrepreneurship, there's a big difference between having a business or being a content creator and having a personal brand or having a brand. You see, what I've been doing over these 2 years is, yes, I've been able to grow a business and sell stuff online and make money online. But none of the things I've sold, let's be real here, I've been doing print on demand, is putting designs on items of clothing. And yeah, these items of clothing might follow a trend or be popular for a certain point in time, but people will see it, they'll buy it, they might like it, but they're not even gonna most likely remember the brand that they bought it from. And to really put things in perspective, it doesn't even have my tag on the neckline. It has like a Gildan tag or an AS Colors tag or a Bella Canvas tag, whatever the manufacturer of that shirt is. And then when it comes to the content that I was making content about how to get your first 10 sales on Etsy and how to grow a TikTok shop and these kinds of very instructional videos. And that's when I realized you are a content creator, you are someone who has a business. Personal brand is a YouTube channel, for example. When you turn on the camera, your videos have a specific vibe to them, from the color grading to the captions to the even animations that might come up to the way the content is shot. Someone who does this extremely well when it comes to giving their personal videos a certain look and really establishing their personal brand is Daniel Dalen. Super successful on YouTube, especially recently. You must have seen him even really pioneer the whole POV thing on the thumbnail and title, which eventually a bunch of people just started copying, but they look like cheap copycats or knockoffs of the original. Or you'll see someone like Iman Gadzhi, who is now moving a bit away from the instructional videos of top 10 businesses to start this year and just showing behind the scenes and the lifestyle. And people are really, entrepreneurs specifically, are really realizing the benefit of a personal brand, because a personal brand gives you that, oh, that's Daniel Dalen right there, that's who that is. No one's gonna remember the YouTuber that they watched that told them about 3 different side hustles to make 10K this month. No one remembers that person. That is the content creator, and they typically stay on YouTube, right? If they were able to, or if they were to drop a eyewear line or a clothing line or anything is tied to their name, no one would really buy it because they don't really have a name. And then we can talk about having a business a direct to consumer business, a consumer packaged goods business, versus having a brand. You see, what I've been doing, if you're someone who does print on demand or you do drop shipping or any kind of these kinds of business models, is you might have a great business. You might even be making $1 million a month with your business. However, once the trend dies down, or once people lose affinity for what you're selling, it's going to slowly fade away into obscurity, and another business that sells the same thing that's undercutting you, perhaps has a higher marketing budget, is going to come in and sweep up the entire market. Versus if you have a brand, you are a name. There is something that is associated with that brand name that makes it everlasting. Think Carhartt. We always connect quality and durability and longevity to Carhartt versus a random Amazon store that is selling the same workwear jackets. Now, this Amazon store might be making a lot of money, but no one really remembers the brand of that jacket that they bought off Amazon, because you'll see a bunch of different businesses selling their items on there. You see Chinese sellers on there, and that's specifically the point I want to hone on, is that Chinese sellers are taking over a lot of these United States marketplaces, eBay, Amazon. I've really noticed it recently on TikTok Shop, where they're able to put anything and manufacture anything and sell it with the cheap price angle, and people are going to go buy it. But when people are asked about that product that, let's say, they bought off TikTok Shop, that's a nice workwear jacket, they're not going to remember the name of that business that sold it to them. They're going to say, oh, I got this off TikTok Shop, or oh, I got this off Amazon, versus the strength of the brand of Carhartt, where whoever comes into that market, they're not really going to be able to compete with Carhartt. They might get their sales. And if you're someone who is just selling products, you always, no matter how much money your business is making, always put yourself at the risk of being undercut and losing all of your customers, because they don't know you for your brand, they just know you for that product that you are selling. So if you are a beginner, don't take this the wrong way, because this is how I started everything, and now it just hit me and I'm in the transition phase into building a personal brand and an actual clothing brand. The point that I find myself in right now, this is just one of those brutally honest videos, is you can easily enjoy and sit in that comfort. Oh, my business makes, you know, 10, 20K a month, and I just throw random things on clothing, or I just sell random items on Amazon. It's consistent 10, 20K, 10, 20K. Some months it drops, maybe it's 7, 8K, but things have been pretty consistent. Right there, that comfort zone can be lost very, very, very quickly. All it takes is 3 to 4 new competitors joining that market, and then that 10, 20K you were making becomes $500. So if you find yourself right now in that comfortable phase, whether it be with your content, you've made the first 100 YouTube videos, but they've just been focused on getting as many clicks as possible. The top 10 side hustles, how to make $1,000 as fast as possible, those kinds of videos that might get the views, they might even get that ad revenue and the money and the subscribers, but they're not building a connection with your audience. If your products are not building any kind of connection, if your videos are not building any kinds of connection, do not settle in that comfort zone. And I really feel like I'm talking to myself here, because this is where I found myself, and I wanted to settle in this comfort zone more. I thought, you know what, let's just I can look on ChatGPT and it can tell me videos that will get as much clicks as possible. And it gave me a lot of different topics: how to get your first 10 Etsy sales as a beginner, how to start Etsy as a beginner, how to do this and that. And then for my business, it gave me a whole bunch of different designs and quotes I can put on shirts and things of the sort. And I was thinking, you know, maybe I can just settle in this and keep scaling this up. But I realized, no. This is precisely the point in time where it's time to make that big leap that we're often so scared of, right? Think about the future. Think about the next 5 to 10 years. Where do you want yourself to be? In 5 to 10 years, you can build a very strong brand, whether it's a direct-to-consumer product, that you're not going to have to worry about trends, or my product's not in trend anymore, or it's not selling because it's a Valentine's Day product and it's not Valentine's Day right now, so my sales have dropped off, or people don't research Etsy anymore, now my YouTube views has dropped off. If you are able to build a personal brand on YouTube, and it's relatively simple, I would break it down into showing the behind the scenes, talking about how you truly feel, showing the difficult side of things, not just the wins and the day where you make 10K or 20K or 100K, but show the days where your business is struggling, or when you get in inventory and it's all destroyed. Kind of the behind the scenes is truly what a personal brand is. Then you can take it up a notch, and the next step is to get your own kinds of color grading and your own style of captions and your own style of thumbnails, so that whenever people see someone rip you off, they think, oh, this person is ripping off whatever your name is, or there, oh, I saw this style before, oh, that's the OG who started this. You know, whenever I see a POV video, I kind of don't even click on it, because I'm like, that's not who you are. And then when it comes to selling products, try to build something with your brand name. If you guys have watched the journey and the series I've been posting so far, I'm building a loungewear brand called Inicio, loungewear / athleisure brand called Inicio, and I'm documenting the behind the scenes, but I want people to buy because I want them to know us for our quality as well as affordability. Now, we stand out from the rest of the market on one end, where you got Lulu, Alo Yoga, Vuori, the very, very expensive, but the quality doesn't really match brands. And then here we have the Amazon brands, the TikTok shop brands who have no kind of real branding and just cheap prices. We're gonna fit somewhere right in the middle. We're gonna have just enough branding to where it's not overkill, but also it's not as boring as the brands here. We're gonna have great quality at reasonable prices, place ourselves right in the middle with our brand and grow it, and you guys will see the whole behind the scenes of that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it brought you value, and I hope the things I said in it, you know, make sense and are applicable. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. I'm out.